The pre-match focus on Gabriel Jesus. In imperious form and the leading marksman in the league. Can he add to his total today on EA TV? Well, Lancashire is known as a particularly rainy part of England, and the rain hasn't gone away here at Turf Moor. I'm Derek Ray, joined here in the commentary box as always by Lee Dixon, and very much looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League. It's Burnley facing Manchester City.
Yeah, thanks Derek. Great atmosphere here. Two sides, I'm sure, will set a quick tempo in this game. We get to watch for free. The players are chomping at the bit. I can't wait.
Well, you can probably see why we're focusing on this fellow as one to watch. Lee, in particular, what do you expect to see from his game?
Well, basically, you've got to keep him out of the box because he's got such a brilliant finishing ability that you give him half a yard, he will score. So keep him as far away from your goal as possible.
And this the initial 11 for Burnley. It looks like a conventional 4-4-2.
A preferred formation by Arsene Wenger when he arrived at Arsenal. Two main strikers, four across the midfield. Really important for the fullbacks to link up with the wide midfielders in this system.
Introducing the starting players for Manchester City.
Enjoy the game.
I'll tell you what, you don't see this formation every day of the week.
No, I mean, it looks very attack-minded with the three up front, the three in midfield supplying the width as well, but I'm a little bit worried about the three centre-backs. Will they get exposed in the wide areas?
And the contest begins. Jay Rodriguez. Tackling and winning the ball to boot. Read it well. Well, the defending not the best here. How on earth did the goalkeeper get there?
Well, he's dived forever, hasn't he? He's got that strong hand on it. It's a brilliant save. Well, he's disappointed with the fact they haven't taken the lead, but he'd be pleased with the way they're playing.
And he's fired over the corner. And he's clear as lines. It was a successful day at the office for Manchester City in their last game as they won against Chelsea. What are your expectations for this assignment, Lee?
Well, their attack played well, scoring 4, but they let 3 in, but they won't mind about that. No win for me today, I'm going for a draw.
Well, focusing on our hosts, they are certainly a team with a preference for sitting back and then using their pace on the counter. Lee, is that what you expect from them?
Yeah, I think so, Derek. That's when they're at their best. They're quite happy to give the opposition possession, knowing it just creates...
And a foul in the opinion of the referee. Now, what can they do from this free kick situation? And a goal, almost bewitching in its beauty. Excellent technique.
Well, what a beautiful free kick this is, Derek. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. And just look at the flight of the ball. It's so flat, barely any deviation. Fantastic free kick. Well, it can be difficult being a manager at times, none more so than now.
So the match has restarted, 1-0 here.
City goal. Number 17, Kevin De Bruyne.
And it was an impressive performance by Manchester City in the last game as they won against Chelsea. How about this time, Lee?
Well, Derek, they do need a positive performance today, ideally 3 points to try and get them out of the drop zone. Still a lot of football to be played, though, in this.
In with a chance. And another one. 2 quick goals. Will it turn out to be the two-punch knockout?
Well, here it is again, and I wonder how he waltzes past the defender so easily. But then there's still plenty to do from here. Under all sorts of pressure from the defender, he just about keeps him at bay and finishes with aplomb. Great goal. Oh, to be a fly on the wall in that dressing room if it stays like this, Derek. He's not happy. Just look at him.
It's going their way, 2-0. McNeil. Promising attack, this. Cross could be useful. No-nonsense clearance. Well, this would help them get back into the game. Well, pulling that one miles off target. Not a pretty picture.
Well, he can't believe it. The coach's frustration is there for everyone to see.
Possession given away, unfortunately. It looks promising. De Bruyne. It is advantage Manchester City here. Oh, terrific pass. Lovely work to get past his man. What an important piece of defending. Kevin De Bruyne with the corner. Well, that's really sound goalkeeping, not letting the opposition have any scraps. And they'll get ready for the throw-in. De Bruyne. Griezmann. Haaland. Well, he's been ruled offside. Read it magnificently and intercepted. Let's join Alan McInally because I understand there's been a goal in the Aston Villa game. Alan?
It's a goal for Leicester City. 27 minutes played, 1-1.
Regular updates from Alan McInally along the way. Good work to regain possession. Griezmann. And it's a quality pass. Now Griezmann. De Bruyne. He takes aim and putting his body on the line. Eric Peters. Peters. And that will be the keeper's ball. A routine save. Joao Cancelo. And he stopped them in their tracks. And it's gone out of play. Goal kick coming up. Well, it's no great surprise. We sort of expected this. Kevin De Bruyne really prospering in this game, Lee.
Well, his overall game is top draw, but his quality when it comes to finding the back of the net is there for all to see. And we've seen it again here today.
Griezmann.
Well, City controlling possession. If you don't control the ball in midfield, it's very difficult to have enough of the ball to create chances for your strikers, and really has been a dominant performance.
Eggestein. He must finish. Might still be able to do a bit of damage. And they can't quite take advantage in the end. Haaland. It's a promising City move. Well, quite simply, the cross was too close to the keeper. He's given us away. Haaland. Well, the action is going to continue for a while yet. We will have 4 minutes of stoppage time. Me. Bruno Perez. Eggestein. Really good challenge. It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Well, visionary passing. Griezmann! And there it is! Another goal! And surely there's no way back from this now.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a lovely quick counter-attack that sets up the chance. And then through on goal, do you go for placement or do you go for power? Well, he certainly wasn't messing around, was he? Absolutely smashes it past the keeper. It's a really lovely finish.
Manchester City goal.
A chance then for the respective managers to address their charges. It is half-time here. Antoine Griezmann did plenty of talking on the pitch in the first half, Lee.
Well, Derek, he's had a stormer, hasn't he? Scored a goal. He's certainly troubled all the defenders around there as well. I think there's more to come in the second half.
And the contest begins. Well, the defending not the best here. How on earth did the goalkeeper get there?
Well, he's dived forever, hasn't he? He's got that strong hand on it. It's a brilliant save.
And a goal almost bewitching in its beauty. Excellent technique. Will it turn out to be the two-punch knockout? Cross could be useful. No nonsense clearance. Well, this would help them get back into the game. Was an important piece of defending. Well, visionary passing. Griezmann! And there it is! Another goal, and surely there's no way back from this now. And off and running again. It really was spellbinding what we saw from City in the first half. So let's see how the second 45 plays out. Bernardo Silva distributing intelligently. He had just the goalkeeper to beat. He's got it completely wrongly.
Well, he won't be watching that when he gets home tonight on a replay.
Eggestein. And snuffing out the danger. Haaland. Here's Gabriel Jesus. And he might be through here. Well, he saw the whites of the keeper's eyes and the whites of his outstretched gloves. Great goalkeeping.
Well, he's denied a certain goal there. Great reflexes from the keeper.
Keeping it moving dynamically. Well, that's really sound goalkeeping, not letting the opposition have any scraps. Good pressure to win the ball back high up the pitch. Big opportunity. Can they cover up? In it goes! And the second time of asking, and the keeper feels hung out to dry.
Well, as we see again, Derek, the keeper's there to make saves, and he thinks he's done enough. But it just falls in the wrong place, and his team are punished.
Slightly different vantage point in terms of the goal that was scored. And this is turning into something of a rout. 4-0. Moving into the advanced position. And that was a very fine read. Goalkeeper's ball, and was always going to be. Well, here's an interesting story, one that perhaps a few of you saw coming. John Stones has completed his move to the Bernabeu League.
Well, Derek, a fee of around £40 million is being bandied around. That places a huge responsibility on the player's shoulders. Can he carry that load? Watch this space.
Jay Rodriguez. Takes the shot. Well, it didn't worry the keeper. Ricky Puig. There's been a goal at Goodison Park, I'm hearing. Alan McInally.
It's a second goal for Liverpool. 65 minutes played, 2-0.
Thanks very much as always, Alan. And they've been getting two substitutes warmed up, and both will come on here. Ricky Puig. City move it forward with purpose. Cross could be useful. Well, he's given a corner, the referee. And now the delivery. Relatively straightforward to mop up defensively. And news coming through that a goal has been scored at Villa Park. Details from Alan McInally.
It's a second goal for Aston Villa. It's been scored by...
Hold on! Can they slot it home? Threat over for now, it seems.
Well, Derek, the floodgates are open. How many goals are they going to score? They've created so many chances. If they put half of them away, it could be a cricket score.
Oh, surely. And still danger here. Well, they can keep possession of it now. Just a reminder, we have more absorbing action from the Premier League coming your way here on EA TV. It's Burnley taking on Liverpool.
Yeah, atmospheres make games, Derek, and that should be an absolute belter.
Oh, he's really opened them up here. A goal! We're really being spoiled. This is attacking football at its finest.
Well, here it is again. The through ball is perfectly timed. It causes havoc. And when he gets through to the keeper, he just smashes it past him and gives him no chance to think. A lovely finish. Oh, to be a fly on the wall in that dressing room if it stays like this, Derek. He's not happy. Just look at him.
Well, they are committed to making the substitution here. It's a massive lead, and it's very hard to imagine them losing it now. Well, for understandable reasons, we had to cut off Alan McInally. To confirm, Villa have scored in that match. And that game is on a knife edge now, level at 2-2. Eggestein. And that'll be offside. Greenwood. Well, don't forget, action from the fourth round of the FA Cup is coming your way on EA TV. It's Manchester City facing Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, a super atmosphere of cup football rarely lets you down. Exciting game that'll be, I'm sure, Derek.
Griezmann. And they deal with the threat this time. Well, they've given him too much space. And Sterling has it. Can he finish this? Well, it wasn't a simple save to make. Corner coming up. Over it comes. Insufficient accuracy with the header, Lee.
Yeah, he got there as well. It was all about could he get it on target, but when you see how far he missed, wow.
Inside the final 5 minutes now. Jemaletdinov. Well, not very clever defending. In position here to protect the ball. He might be able to carve something out. Well, he had the measure of it, the goalkeeper. It's a corner. And now the delivery. It wasn't an especially high-quality header, was it?
Well, that was like one of mine, or more to the point, like one of yours, Derek.
You're spot on with that assessment, Lee. Greenwood. We have entered the final minute of normal time. Sterling, and in with a real chance. Surely. Oh, there it is! It's one goal after another, and it speaks to the quality of their performance.
Well, just look at this. They all back off him, and he takes the advantage. He goes through 1, 2, 3. In the end, it's a wonderful solo goal.
Slightly different vantage point in terms of the goal that was scored.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall in that dressing room if it stays like this, Derek. He's not happy. Just look at him.
Well, it's an out-and-out pasting. 6-0.
Number 7, Raheem Sterling.
Westwood. McNeil. Can they trouble the opposition this time? That's not a bad ball. And overcame the ball from the flank, but dealt with in the end. And there's the final whistle. It goes into the books as a City victory. Lee, your assessment?
Well, it must be a dream as a striker to play in this team. They create for fun and have a lovely attacking style about them. Clinical finishing today as well.
Gabriel Jesus entitled to feel very pleased on the back of this. Lee, for you, what did he do?
Well, he never gave that back line a chance to get a breath. 2 goals for the lad today. Played superbly well, looked really sharp, constantly playing on the shoulder of the last defender. A real handful.
And a goal almost bewitching in its beauty. Excellent technique. And another one. 2 quick goals. Will it turn out to be the 2-punch knockout? Cross could be useful. No nonsense clearance. Well, this would help them get back into the game. Was an important piece of defending. Well, visionary passing. Griezmann! And there it is! Another goal! And surely there's no way back from this now. Bernardo Silva distributing intelligently. He had just the goalkeeper to beat. He's got it completely wrongly.
Well, he won't be watching that when he gets home tonight on a replay.
Big opportunity. In it goes! At the second time of asking, and the keeper feels hung out to dry. Oh, he's really opened them up here. A goal! We're really being spoiled. This is attacking football at its finest. Over it comes. Insufficient accuracy with the header, Lee.
Yeah, he got there as well. It was all about could he get it on target, but when you see how far he missed.
In position here to protect the ball. Well, he had the measure of it, the goalkeeper. It's a corner. It wasn't an especially high-quality header, was it?
Well, that was like one of mine or more.
Sterling, and in with a real chance. Surely. Oh, there it is! It's one goal after another, and it speaks to the quality of their performance.
Time for a few quick questions? Thank you for your time.
Two football clubs who are always determined to do things their own way. Tottenham and Manchester City. They're about to go at it, and we look forward to this confrontation right here on EA TV. Live action is next. And hello, wherever you're watching, welcome to North London.
Thank you for attending.
My name is Derek Ray, and joining me in the commentary position is the former Arsenal and England fullback, Lee Dixon. And we have live action from the FA Cup to bring you today. It is Tottenham Hotspur facing Manchester City.
Well, I do love my league football, but when I was a player, I looked forward to cup competitions. Well, that road to the final starts with games like this. It's going to be a cracker. Nerves as well. You don't want to get knocked out at this stage.
And we're looking at a player who seems to be at the peak of his powers now, Heung-min Son. In what way might he contribute today, Lee?
Well, he's added goals to his wizardry. Will he get another goal today? A brace in his last match.
And Spurs will go with this starting 11. Pretty well balanced, this formation, Lee.
Yeah, it can be a 4-2-3-1 in the offensive mode, but it can also go back to a 4-5-1 when you're defending. The lone striker will be supported by the three just behind him, especially the number 10 who will be given a free role.
And so the starting 11 for Manchester City.
Enjoy the game.
It does rather look as though it's going to be a battle of the 4-5-1 formations in this game. Similar setups, Lee.
Well, it looks lovely in the graphic, doesn't it? There's players everywhere. They have got the freedom to roam around the pitch how they see fit. There is some structure to it, but that lone striker up front needs support, not only around him, but from wide areas too. The supply line will come from the wide midfield players and maybe the overlapping fullbacks.
Good movement. It's Son's ball into the middle. Thumped clear. And a fine tackle. And Bernardo. And he might be through here. It has to be, surely. There it is. A delightful start to this match. Just what they were hoping for.
Well, we can take another look at this. There's nothing much the keeper can do. Close range finish, really good play, and he doesn't miss from there.
Well, let's have another view of that goal. And they're playing once again. Manchester City with the advantage. Dele Alli. Good idea, that particular move, but not to be. And very deftly cut out. This looks promising. Now he must favour the cross. And the last touch off the defender, so a corner coming up. Over it comes. That's very decisive goalkeeping. Gabriel Jesus. Jordi Alba. Real chance. Oh, surely. A goal! He's dispatched it, much to the sheer delight of the fans.
Well, as we can see again here, he knows exactly what he's doing and kids all the defenders with the cutback. And then from there, the keeper had little chance. 2-on-1, left completely exposed, and it made for a simple finish in the end.
It's going their way, 2-0. Well, the attack carried promise, but petered out. Perfectly positioned to take it away. Gabriel Jesus. Good visualisation and execution. That ball was put into the right area, but no one able to capitalise. Bowden. Højbjerg. Dele Alli now. Over the top, intended for Son. Excellent challenge. Jordi Alba. Now Griezmann. And Manchester City moving the ball with purpose. De Bruyne. It's with Joao Cancelo. Kevin De Bruyne couldn't keep the ball. This might be ideal for the counter. And fine vision from Dele Alli. And he's in. Oh, that was a terrific stop in a 1-versus-1 situation.
Well, high fives all round for the goalkeeper. Absolutely fantastic.
So the corner played into the box. And firing it into the area. Well cleared away. Rodon. Bowden. Huertas. Crossing possibilities. An alert piece of defending. On the offensive. Nobody's picked up Gabriel Jesus, but into the keeper's gloves. And he takes it away. Foden. Couldn't hang on to it. Gabriel Jesus. It's with Bernardo Silva. And in with a real chance. Well, it was pretty straightforward for the goalkeeper. Well, not to put too fine a point on it, they're in a wretched situation. What can they do to rectify this leak?
Well, the Tottenham coach must be pulling his hair out. He's desperately racking his brains on what to do next. Things need to change. They need to change, and quickly. Luckily, he's got half-time to come, and it'll be a welcome break from this performance.
Ferran Torres. And Laporte in the way. Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne. Plenty of forward momentum here, but can they produce? Pulls it back. And a goal from Griezmann. So lethal in front of goal.
Well, here's the replay. He's done really well to get his head up and pick out a teammate. And it all leads to a 2v1 on the keeper, which he really doesn't have any chance with. It's a great team goal. Well, his players have followed his every command and some. The coach must be delighted.
The game continues then, and it's been all City.
Manchester City goal. Number 15, Anton Griezmann.
Dele Alli. Well, they're on the scent of something positive. And space to cross it. No-nonsense clearance. Can they get in behind them? Teammates in the middle. No-nonsense clearance. Bernardo Silva. Space on the flank. And he's broken free. Another goal! The lead grows to 4 now. A rampant display.
Well, here's the replay. Super fast counter-attack football at its best. And when he gets through to the keeper, he just smashes it past him and gives him no chance to think. A lovely finish.
Manchester City goal. Number 20,
No more time left.
Bernardo
That is it for the first half here at the home of Tottenham. Well, he's normally the ultimate team player, Heung-min Son, but for whatever reason it hasn't happened for him.
Well, all eyes are on him, and quite rightly so. He's normally a very influential player, but not today. Not sure he'll be able to get his team back into this, to be honest with you.
And Bernardo's, and he might be through here. There it is, a delightful start to this match. Just what they were hoping for. Real chance. Oh, surely! A goal! He's dispatched it, much to the sheer delight of the fans. And fine vision from Dele Alli, and he's in. Oh, that was a terrific stop in a 1-versus-1 situation.
Well, high fives all round for the goalkeeper, absolutely fantastic.
Pulls it back. And a goal from Griezmann. So lethal in front of goal. Space on the flank. And he's broken free. Another goal! The lead grows to 4 now. A rampant display. And off and running again. It really was spellbinding what we saw from City in the first half. So let's see how the second 45 plays out. Well, space if he goes inside. And a very good challenge. Fabier. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. Marsh. Dele Alli. Real danger. Son. What can he do from here? Is this the moment? Well, he couldn't quite keep that header down. Ruben Diaz. Mason Greenwood. A real excitement in the air on the transfer front prior to the game, and it has emerged. Might it be Gabriel Jesus? And the ball is loose. Oh, burying them beneath an avalanche of goals. No let up here.
Well, here's the replay, and it all starts with the delivery into the box, just begging for someone to get on the end of it. And the thunderous strike to beat the keeper hands down is absolutely brilliant. Well, enjoy the good days as a coach. It can be a roller coaster ride, I can tell you that.
Oh, my goodness, it's so one-sided. 5-0 in this match.
Number 20, Bernardo Silva.
Son. Not a very good challenge, and he skips past his man. And deciding to cross here, Son. And the problem not completely solved. And a marvellous save.
Well, his reflexes there, absolutely spot on. That's why they work so hard in training goalkeepers, to pull saves off like that.
And a change for Spurs at this juncture. He's driven in the corner. Out of play, and a Spurs throw-in forthcoming. Well, this is the home of live football, EA TV, and we have more action coming up from the Premier League for you. It's Tottenham Hotspur facing Crystal Palace.
Yeah, it's very easy to build a case for those two teams to make that game a real cracker. You should be tuning in for that one.
And 30 minutes left for play in this match. Greenwood. Given away by Tottenham. Vinicius. Huertas. Jordi Alba quite happy to put his body on the line after the cross. Bernardo Silva. Griezmann. Ruben Diaz. And we very much hope you'll join us for more live Premier League action on EA TV. It's Manchester City facing West Ham United. And I'll tell you what, that didn't miss by much. Alderweireld. Dele Alli now. Vinicius. It's been aimed towards Heung-min Son here. Not a promising looking attack, but comes to nothing in the end. We're now inside the final 20 minutes of the game. Gabriel Jesus. Well, not very clever defending. Oh, there it is! It's one goal after another, and it speaks to the quality of that performance.
Well, here it is again. He does so well to slip past his man, left him stranded, and then the sheer power of the strike, really impressive. It's a thunderbolt. Well, there's nothing better for a manager when a plan comes together. Total satisfaction.
It's a massive lead, and it's very hard to imagine them losing it now.
Coming off the pitch, number 15, Anton Griezmann. To be replaced by number 8, Sergio Busquets.
Can he play it in? However, up a dead end. It is to be a throw-in. Spurs to make a personnel switch now. Son at the ready. Fine reaction from the keeper.
Yeah, it looked like a good opportunity to be fair, but the keeper was more than equal to it.
Ferran Torres. Gabriel Jesus now. Bernardo Silva. Well, the threat was very real. Marvellous defending. Well, they've lost possession of the ball. And a chance to whip it in here. Riqui Puig. And he saw the situation developing. An effective challenge. Beautiful pass. Well, that's one for them to pursue. And winning it back. Ferran Torres. An attack full of promise. And there it is, a goal. But will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings? They haven't been at their best.
Well, as we look at this again, what they always say, focus on the ball, ensure you strike it cleanly. He's done just that. What a finish.
A chance to revisit the goal. A change in the offing for City. He continues his run. Doughty defending to win the ball back. Højbjerg. And the referee has decided to add on a minimum of... He's in here. Still could be dangerous. Oh, denied by the post. Reguilon. And Højbjerg with it. Spurs finding space on the flank. Opportunity it is. And thwarting his opponent in the nick of time. There's the final whistle, and Manchester City move on.
Well, Derek, it was almost a mismatch. They still had to get the job done, though, but not too much trouble seeing that bunch off. Onward they go.
In the final analysis, a really positive performance from this man, Lee.
Well, he never gave that back line a chance to get a breath. 2 goals for the lad today. Played superbly well, looked really sharp, constantly playing on the shoulder of the last defender. A real handful.
And Bernardo's, and he might be through here. There it is, a delightful start to this match. Just what they were hoping for. Real chance. Oh, surely. A goal! He's dispatched it, much to the sheer delight of the fans. And fine vision from Dele Alli, and he's in. Oh, that was a terrific stop in a 1-versus-1 situation.
Well, high fives all round for the goalkeeper. Absolutely fantastic.
Pulls it back. And a goal from Griezmann. So lethal in front of goal. Space on the flank. And he's broken free. Another goal! The lead grows to 4 now. A rampant display. What can he do from here? Is this the moment? Well, he couldn't quite keep that header down. Might it be Gabriel Jesus? And the ball is loose. Oh, burying them beneath an avalanche of goals. No let up here. And the problem not completely solved. And a marvellous save.
Well, his reflexes there, absolutely spot on. That's why they work so hard in training goalkeepers.
Well, I'll tell you what, that didn't miss by much. Well, not very clever defending. An attack full of promise. And there it is, a goal. But will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings? They haven't been at their best.
Some questions regarding the match. Thank you for your time.